I'm Becky. Welcome back to Gammy's Gotcha, where we get to connect on my little speck on the net. Today we're going to be doing this recipe I found from All Day I Dream About Food. This is the website that was on, and it is so good, but it's called Little Mini Cinnamon Roll Cheesecakes. So they're delicious and you're going to love them. I freeze them so that way we can pull them out whenever we want a little snack. So anyway, let's get cracking. Okay, I've got my muffin tin here and I've sprayed it down really good with coconut oil. The only problem is you're better off using the papers or the silicone because they'll come out so much easier. But anyway, I've got it all coated. Go ahead and make sure you preheat your oven right now for 325. So now what we're going to go ahead and do, you're going to need these 4 ingredients for the crust. You're going to need, I'm doubling this recipe, 1 cup of almond flour, 4 tablespoons of erythritol. This is powdered, but you don't have to use powdered. 1 teaspoon of the cinnamon and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our dry ingredients in and go ahead and whisk this together. Go ahead and whisk this together, and because there are lumps in the almond flour and the erythritol, we're just going to whisk it up as much as we can here. We've gotten this pretty well stirred in. You can still see a few little lumps, no worries. We're going to go ahead and add it in our melted butter. And what you want to do is that once it starts getting pasty and thick here, what we'll do is we'll divide this up and put it in our little wells here. And I got my little handy dandy little scooper here. This thing is awesome. Okay, and then just go ahead and scoop it up. Let's see how far it goes. I don't really know how much I'm going to need to put in each one of them. So just keep on filling up the wells, and then we'll have to go back and kind of even it up as we go. The scooper's not that great of a idea because there's not a full scoop in each one, so let's just kind of eyeball it here. And just keep in mind that on this recipe it shows for 6 cupcakes instead of all the small ones, so we're doubling the recipe. But it looks like it's going to be making 24. As you can see that I'm evening them out and rolling them in balls to kind of eyeball it a little bit better. But yeah, just keep on going. It's time consuming, but well worth it. Okay, and now what we're doing is we're just going to go ahead and press the dough down into the well and just kind of have the rim, the outer rim kind of go up just a little bit higher. What that will do is hold in the filling that we're going to be putting in. The smaller ones are what I prefer just for the fact that I kind of like a little smaller snack rather than the larger one. But do what you want to do. This just is going to make us about 24. So keep on going. It's well worth it. Okay, and you can see that they're all kind of packed down in here. Let's pop these in the oven now. We're going to bake these for at 325 for right about 5 minutes. All right, so the crust has already been baked at 5 minutes. Now we're going to reduce the heat to 300. Now we're going to get ready to make the filling. So I'm going to go over the ingredients that you're going to need for the filling. So the filling is the Philadelphia cream cheese. We need 12 ounces of that. We need the erythritol, which is the sweetener. We want 6 tablespoons of that. Sour cream, we want a 1/2 cup. We want vanilla, that's 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 eggs, and then we want 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start mixing this all together here. We're going to combine the cream cheese, along with the sweetener. And we're going to go ahead and mix this together until it's smooth. Then we're going to be putting in our sour cream, our vanilla, and then we're going to go ahead and add our 2 eggs. And we're going to hold out the cinnamon, and we're going to actually add the remainder of the sweetener. We're going to put 4 more tablespoons of the sweetener in with the cinnamon. While that's mixing, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the remainder of the erythritol. And the original starts with the 10 tablespoons of the sweetener. So what we only used is 6 to put in our filling, and then they have us, it says divided. So we're going to go ahead and only put 6 tablespoons into this mix and hold out the other 4 tablespoons. And we're just going to mix it in here with the cinnamon. So we'll just set that aside. Okay, so now it's all mixed up. It is still a little bit thin and a little bit runny, but it's okay because we're going to be baking that up. Okay, so we're just going to scoop these about 3/4 of the way full. Just one, I'm putting like a tablespoon in each one of them right now.
Don't worry if it's sloppy, because believe me, this is because we got to reduce the heat to do the cheese.
Okay, and go ahead and get our cinnamon mixture, and we're going to layer in a layer of, hopefully you can kind of see it. You're just dusting with the cinnamon sugar, but it's enough to make it look kind of brown from the cinnamon. And we're going to repeat the process. Then after that, let's go ahead and put a little bit more cream cheese over top of the cinnamon sugar. And I'm just going to do just a little bit over top. A little bit more cinnamon sugar. Okay, so we are going to bake at 300 for 17 minutes. We're going to do it for 15 minutes just because we're making these in cups, and I would rather be safe than sorry. Until mostly set, but the centers are a little bit jiggly, just slightly. And then it says to turn off the oven and let them remain inside for another 5 minutes. Then remove and let cool. Okay, this is going to be the third part of the cinnamon roll cheesecakes. So we have 4 different ingredients we're going to be combining. I put my whisk on here. I'm going to put a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, 4 teaspoons of heavy whipped cream, and then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of softened butter. So 6 tablespoons of the powdered erythritol. And we are going to go ahead and combine that. I put my whisk on here, so, and we'll get that going. And this is, all this is just the icing. Okay, so the icing now is done, and what we want to do is we need to make a piping bag for it. And what I'm going to use is just a Ziploc baggie here. And I'm just going to put it in a cup here, so try not to make too big of a mess. It happens. So just put the icing in here, and what we'll do is we'll just cut a hole on the end of the baggie when it's time to put the icing on. Okay, we'll just zip it up like this. And we're just gonna lay it to the side. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and shut off the oven, because we are gonna let it sit in the oven for 5 minutes Just let it rest in there for 5 minutes, then we'll pull it out and I'll let you know. So they're still a little jiggly, just barely. They're actually perfect, really, because they've been sitting in there for the extra 5 minutes with the oven off. So I just put it on a wire rack here and just let it sit for the 30 minutes. And then we'll put them into the refrigerator for 2 hours. And then we'll go ahead and drizzle our topping on. And oh, just so you know, the topping, I just have in a little baggie, and I'm just gonna leave this on the counter. I'm not gonna put it in the refrigerator, just so I can ice them really down really good before throwing them in the freezer. So, okay. Okay, so, you know, I screwed up. I should have put my little silicone cups in here, and that's what I did last time, and I was just thinking spray them down. Don't do that. Get the little silicone things to put in here and fill up the silicones. But anyway, you can see here, I've got a few here, and I've got my sampler here with me. So, okay, and then what we do is
so
we take
now
our
you're
little
just going to go ahead and
baggie here,
snip
and we're
one of
gonna
the
go ahead
corners
and
off of the
drizzle
little bag,
on the
and then just go
frosting.
ahead and give it some pressure, and just go ahead and squeeze the icing all over the top. It's
Okay.
really delicious, and it makes it
Alright,
look pretty,
there
make
you
it look
go.
as nice as you want. I just kind of just swirled it around.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and give you the breakdown of what the macros are on this, calories. Now this is for one full one, which would probably be 1.5 of these cups, be 237. Total fat is 20. Carbohydrates is 4.5. Fiber is 1.5. Protein is 4.6. So there you go. Anyway, I'm gonna pull my husband in here, Mike, and we're gonna taste test these for you, since they didn't turn out real great. My Def Leppard guy. So
Oh,
grab you
boy.
one. Remember, there's 2 parts because it's here. Take this one.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it.
All right. So here you go. Cheers. They're really good, but
Excellent.
bummer. I'm so bummed. I forgot last time I put the little silicone things in. That
Well,
was my bad. But anyway,
They're
try
messy
'em.
but good.
Try them. They're really good. You'll love them. It is a little time consuming, and maybe you would just rather make the 6. Honestly, get the silicone cups. They're so much better. Mine were all in the freezer. I would have used my silicone holders. But anyway, give it a shot. And before I go, let's get Coco up here. Come here, Coco. Gotta say goodbye. Okay. So there you go. There's your, what? They call them mini cinnamon roll cheesecakes. So anyway, but give them a shot. I'm going to see if I can't put this link below for you. I'll see if I can find it somehow and figure out how to get it, because it's a 3-parter. And there's like 3 parts, as you can see. It's going to be a longer process, but hey, it's worth it. Yeah. A word for the day. Okay, this is a good one. It says, I feel safe in the rhythm and flow of ever-changing life. Okay, well, let's see what else we got. Oh, this is a good one. It was actually yesterday's, but it's got a peacock on it. It says, let go of your ego's need to be right. Oh, that's tough. Huh, babe?
Yes.
We both want to be right. We always want to be right, don't we?
I am
Okay,
right.
but you know. So anyway, let go of your ego's need to be right. Anyway, love you guys. Have a great week. Ciao for now.